Good afternoon, and welcome to the first public published Commish's Pick, and I'm your host, the Commish. I run and am the commissioner of a fantasy football league that is private, and that is where we got our start. So this is like a an episode for y'all professional sports fans, self-proclaimed experts, Monday morning quarterbacks. We throw a little bit of comic relief in it with our opinion, and just call ourselves self-proclaimed experts. We have a lot of fun with it, and we hope you do too. So if you like what you're viewing, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That way you know when we post a new video or a new episode. So welcome along, and let's talk Wildcard weekend. Yes, I am a Panthers fan. I am not just a Panthers fan. I am a super fan of sports, period. Mostly football currently, but I've grew up playing basketball. So yes, I'm into everything. A beer and a hot dog, and we're ready to go. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. So let's talk football. Let's talk Panthers. Let's talk Rams. Okay, we're kicking off at 4:30 today, and it is going to be electric. Does Dave Canales and Bryce Young and that receiver core have what it takes to beat the LA Rams? Yes, they do. Let's just be absolutely honest. They do have what it takes. Will they is the question. You know, everybody wanted to talk. Oh, the Panthers, they couldn't win games towards the end of the season. You know, they really shouldn't be in. You know, Tampa Bay, boo-hoo. Hello, did anybody go back and look at the stats? Hello. Yes, Tampa Bay started out 6-2. Phenomenal. Finished the season 2-7. Who's not winning games at the end of the season? 2-7 on the back half? Come on. That's not finishing games. Yeah, granted, the Panthers did not knock off Tampa Bay in the final game to secure or clinch the divisional championship. Yes, it's a kind of a party foul on how we clinched our divisional championship. However, we started 4-4. That's 500 for those of you that don't know how to do math. And finished 4-5. Yes, just below 500. But that's better than 2-7. It is what it is. You know, yeah, that's not the way us Panther fans would like us to get in, and it doesn't look good that we can't knock off a divisional rival to get into the championship or get into the wild card weekend or into the playoffs to take on somebody like the LA Rams. But let's remember, we beat the LA Rams when they were number one in their division. Yeah. So do we have what it takes? Absolutely. Do we deserve to be there? I think so. Do we have the experience? No, we haven't been in the playoffs in a decade. We don't have the experience. But it doesn't mean it can't be done. What we're going to see is a MVP performance from Matt Stafford. We're going to see a seamless and mistakeless offense, a hustle defense out of Sean McVay's team. Oh, they know what's on the line. They've been here before. They don't want to be embarrassed. So if we lose, we need to make sure it's a loss where all effort was put in and no stupid mistakes were made. And that goes the same for the Rams. If they lose, there can't be stupid mistakes on it. Worst case scenario for both teams, of course, a loss. They don't move on. Do they lose either? Does either team lose their coaches? I don't think so. Panthers have improved every year. They're trusting the process. They're building on that foundation. Continue to build around Bryce Young. Continue to build around the defense. Continue to build around the coaching staff. I don't think you break it all down and start all over again. You got to trust the process. That's what we tell kids as we coach them in Little League. Trust the process. Success doesn't come overnight. Sean McVay out if he loses? No, I don't think so. Could this be Matt Stafford's last year? Possibly. He's getting up there in age, but man, guy looks like a fine wine. Gets better every year. It's hard to say. It's going to be a great game. Commish's pick. Panthers, let's go. Let's move on. Packers, Bears. Packers, Bears. Oh my gosh, the Bears. The first 5 weeks, everybody was giving them a hassle, a runaround. They look sloppy. That's not an offense. But they're making things happen. Well, here we are. They were divisional champs. Yes, they got beat by the Lions last game. Even though that game didn't mean anything, they still got beat by the Lions. Are they going to beat the Packers? I think so. I wish they both could lose. I'm a Lions fan. Look over my left shoulder. I got a Lions cap. You know, am I a Ben Johnson fan? Yeah, guy's a genius. He's also insane. You know, there's that fine line between both of those, right? Fine line between insanity and genius. Good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good gets better and your better gets best. Not rest, best. I've got the Bears, beating the Cheeseheads. Will Matt LaFleur be out if he loses? Depends on his upper management. I don't think so. Good possibility. I didn't think Harbaugh would lose his job in Baltimore. Could be. I don't think the Packers are playing enough consistent football to defeat the Bears. I think the Bears have the energy. They have the belief. They're going to walk in, defeat the Packers, and walk out speechless. And not speechless in a moment that it shocked themselves. But they're not going to bloat or gloat or no victory speech. Job's not done. Sorry, Jordan Love. Sorry, Packer fans. That's my take on it. The Bears. Let's talk tomorrow football. Tomorrow football. Duval County. Jacksonville Jaguars. Cohen and Trevor Lawrence taking on Buffalo Bills. Sean McDermott and Josh Allen, Mr. Superman himself. Bills lose, Sean McDermott's out. I probably wouldn't have said that if I didn't see Jim Harbaugh get fired. Or John, sorry, not Jim, John. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have said that if I didn't see Harbaugh lose his job in Baltimore. But Josh Allen's window's closing, folks. At the beginning of the season, he goes on record saying we're doing what we can to bring the Lombardi Trophy back here to Buffalo. James Cook's done what he could. Allen's had some Superman moments. Where's the receiver core? It's not consistent. Jacksonville has energy. Jacksonville has belief. Jacksonville don't have near the experience. But sometimes it's mind over matter. I got Jacksonville pulling off the W tomorrow. And Mr. McDermott will be in the unemployment line. That's the Commish's pick. Let's move on. 49ers Eagles. 49ers Eagles. Mike Shanahan, Brock Purdy have something to prove with their injury reserve list. The injured reserve list. I mean, they've dealt with tons of injuries. But they got a chip on their shoulder. They want this one. They're going after it. And Nick Sirianni and his entitled locker room. You know, the children, misfit children that can't get along. Throw me the ball. Nobody's giving me the ball. Jalen Hurts, all that happened this year. I don't think they're going to mesh well enough together. Get it up. You know, there's no brotherly love. Let's just put it out there. There's no brotherly love. And the 49ers are going to upset the Eagles. It was mind-blowing to me that they clinched their conference or their division. San Francisco's going to take it. That's my pick. Chargers, Patriots. Harbaugh. Let's go back. 49ers lose. Either of those any jobs on the line there? I don't think so. They keep putting in effort. I think they're upper echelon. Trust them. They're safe. Eagles, there's going to be some mix up in the lockers. In the locker room. There's going to be some trades. I think there's going to be some change in there. Coaching staff, not so much. Chargers, Patriots. Mike Vrabel. That's it, Vrabel. Mike Vrabel has done a fantastic job in New England. And Drake May has unleashed Hades on teams across the league. If they lose that team's safe. They're just going to build off the foundation. Trust the process, keep pushing forward, come back next year stronger. I don't see them losing. If Harbaugh, Herbert, and the Chargers lose, is Harbaugh in the unemployment line with his brother? Hard saying. I don't think so, because he's only been there, this is the second year? I think he's safe, and in 2 years, he's done a great job. So I think he's safe. But gosh, I thought Johnny was safe. It is what it is. I have Patriots beating the Chargers. I got 49ers beating the Eagles. And I got the Jags upsetting the Bills. You got to remember, the Jags defeated the Broncos. Sean Payton's Broncos look good this year. But they got not just beat, but destroyed. And Mile High. Moving on to the Texans. We got the Texans and the Steelers, folks. Monday Night Football. Woo-wee. Houston seems like they always have the best defense in the league. They're number one in the league for the defense. Could that be that they got a defensive-minded head coach with Coach Ryans? It's done a fantastic job there in Houston. It always blows my mind how C.J. Stroud can be injured almost every season since he's been in the league, and they still make the playoffs. I have a gut feeling here that the Steelers are going to have the upset. I want the number one defense to win, but let's be honest. Vegas is in on this thing, and I don't like to play the conspiracy theory, but Peyton Manning riding off in the sunset with the Broncos as a Super Bowl champion a decade ago, that's what got me starting to think this. I mean, we got Aaron Rodgers on the Steelers. Yeah, the defense is in shambles. Mike Tomlin, they got the story of a lifetime. Their defense just wasn't there this year, but they've squeaked themselves into the playoffs. Is this the last time we're going to see Aaron Rodgers? Is he retiring after this? Sounds like a good storyline to me. Mike Tomlin, the longest 10-year coach in history, 18 seasons. Harbaugh just got fired, had 16 or 17 seasons in Baltimore. What are we going to do? Steelers lose. Good chance Tomlin's out. Although the Steelers really do like stability over there, so he might not be. This is Aaron Rodgers' last season. I don't think he's coming back, folks. That's why I think we're going to see the Steelers in the Super Bowl. That's my pick. But I'd really love those Texans to win, especially because defense wins championships. Worst case scenario for the Texans, they continue to build off the foundation they have. That's your picks. That's the first episode of Commish's Corner. I hope you guys enjoyed what you see. Hit the subscribe button like I've already asked. No hard feelings if you don't. And until next time, stay humble, stay hungry, and stay tuned. The Commish is out.